Harry and Meghan are their own worst enemies.
These two are now an international embarrassment for the royal family, and I really, really do think that the time has come to strip the titles.
So it seems to me they're resorting to becoming basically a version of the royal Kardashians. We can't wait for it.
Harry, though, has become the punchline of a Saturday Night Live joke. Let's have a look.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
Prince Harry has finally snapped. After years of being Hollywood's favorite punchline, insiders reveal the Duke is secretly orchestrating his most aggressive counterattack yet, and this time he's not playing by royal rules. While Meghan built her lifestyle empire, Harry's preparing something that could either save his reputation or destroy what's left of it. The gloves are coming off in Montecito, and what happens next will shock even their harshest critics. You know things have gotten bad when a prince starts taking comedy shows personally.
You never had a dream when you were a child to be something everyone else said was impossible? Like an astronaut, or prime minister, or masseur?
I wanted to be a princess.
Oh, well, you kind of fucked that up.
Well, you know, this is after we were informed that they were hiring this team of 11 and that they were going to try to almost have their own little royal court and craft things differently.
Which is, I don't know, launch a Grenfell cookbook, make a podcast, have a series on Netflix, set up a charity. None of that stuff has worked. They've been damn hopeless at everything.
So I went online to see what was new with Uncle Harry and Auntie Meghan, and I couldn't find a thing. I would have thought she'd have at least popped up in a tampon commercial by now.
And how negative, I mean, how toxic must this workplace be to burn through so many people and accomplish so little?
We want privacy! We want privacy!
But after watching his life become late-night fodder and internet memes, sources claim Harry's done being the joke. The man who once charmed the world is now reportedly pacing his $14 million estate, plotting moves that have even his inner circle worried. Before we dive into this explosive story, if you want more royal drama and exclusive insights, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. The breaking point came not from palace snubs or media criticism, but from something far more damaging to Harry's ego: comedy, specifically the relentless mockery that's transformed him from rebel prince to comedy gold. And while Meghan launches cooking shows and lifestyle brands, Harry's allegedly been building something entirely different behind closed doors. A response so personal, so raw, that even his PR team is reportedly terrified. What triggered this dramatic shift wasn't just one incident. It was death by 1,000 cuts, or in Harry's case, death by 1,000 jokes, the South Park episodes that painted them as privacy-seeking hypocrites, the late-night monologues that turned their California dreams into punchlines, the social media memes that spread faster than palace statements. Each joke chipped away at something Harry values more than titles or money: his dignity. Sources deep within the Sussex camp paint a picture of a man transformed by humiliation. Gone is the carefree prince who once made headlines for Vegas parties. In his place stands someone allegedly consumed by image rehabilitation, not through traditional PR moves, but through what insiders describe as a nuclear option, the kind of move that burns bridges you can never rebuild. The tension inside their Montecito mansion has reportedly reached unprecedented levels. While Meghan films lifestyle content in one wing, Harry's holed up in another, drafting what multiple sources call his manifesto. Not a book this time, something more immediate, more confrontational. Documents that allegedly name names, expose conversations, and draw battle lines Hollywood didn't see coming. 4 staff members just walked away from Team Sussex, bringing the total exodus to 22 since their royal exit. But this isn't just about difficult bosses or creative differences. Insiders whisper about an atmosphere so toxic, so paranoid, that even seasoned Hollywood professionals couldn't handle it. The latest departures coincided with Harry's alleged new project, suggesting something bigger is brewing behind those mansion walls. The paranoia has reached fever pitch. Harry reportedly believes someone in his inner circle has been feeding material to comedy writers. Whether true or not, the suspicion has created what one source called a witch hunt atmosphere. Trust is gone, replaced by NDAs and monitored communications. Even longtime friends friends find themselves under scrutiny, their loyalty questioned at every turn. What's Harry actually planning that has everyone so nervous? According to leaked whispers, it's not legal action. It's something more personal and potentially more damaging. A media blitz designed to flip the narrative through sheer emotional force. Think less calculated PR, more scorched earth honesty, the kind of raw truth that makes publicists break out in cold sweats. The strategy allegedly involves bypassing traditional media entirely. No filtered interviews or carefully edited documentaries. Instead, Harry's reportedly considering live, unscripted appearances where he can't be edited or taken out of context. It's high risk, high reward, and completely out of character for someone raised in royal media training. Meanwhile, Meghan's taking a completely different approach. While Harry rages against the comedy machine, she's building her brand one Instagram post at a time. Her new Netflix show might have gotten brutal reviews, but she's not letting that stop her. Sources say she's already planning the next phase of her lifestyle empire, seemingly unbothered by the mockery that's consuming her husband. This divergence in their strategies has reportedly created tension. Meghan believes in moving forward, creating new narratives through positive content. Harry wants to address the past, to fight back against every slight. It's a fundamental disagreement that insiders say is testing their united front. She builds while he battles, and neither approach seems to be working. The palace, predictably, wants nothing to do with this mess. Their silence speaks volumes. No statements of support, no behind-the-scenes mediation, just cold, calculated distance from Harry's Hollywood drama. Royal sources suggest this isn't just protocol. It's a deliberate strategy to let Harry face the consequences of his choices alone. King Charles reportedly won't even take Harry's calls anymore. The security dispute might be the official reason, but insiders hint at deeper frustrations. Every time Harry lashes out, every time he makes headlines for the wrong reasons, it reflects back on the monarchy. The institution Harry left behind still suffers from his California controversies. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Harry left royal life seeking freedom and privacy. Instead, he's become more exposed, more ridiculed than ever. The constraints of palace life have been replaced by the brutal realities of celebrity culture. No protocols to protect him, no institution to shield him, just the harsh spotlight of public opinion. What makes this moment particularly dangerous is Harry's emotional state. Multiple sources describe a man on the edge, driven by a toxic mix of pride and desperation. The measured, media-trained prince has been replaced by someone acting on pure emotion. And in Hollywood, emotional decisions rarely end well. The comedy world, meanwhile, smells blood in the water. Writers' rooms across LA are reportedly buzzing with Sussex material. Every misstep, every leaked story becomes potential content. Harry's fury only makes him a bigger target. The more he fights, the more material he provides. It's a vicious cycle with no clear exit. Some insiders believe we're witnessing the final act of Harry's public transformation. From beloved prince to cautionary tale about fame, privilege, and the price of rebellion. His story has become less fairy tale, more Greek tragedy. A man who had everything lost it, pursuing something else, then lost that too. The question haunting Montecito isn't whether Harry will strike back, but how. Will it be the explosive truth-telling he's allegedly planning, or will cooler heads prevail? Those closest to the situation say Harry's past the point of rational calculation. This is about pride, about proving he's more than just a punchline. Recent weeks have seen Harry traveling alone more frequently. Shanghai for business, while Meghan stayed home posting lifestyle content. The separate appearances fuel speculation about their united front cracking. Are they pursuing individual strategies because they can't agree on a joint one? Or is this coordinated divergence designed to attack on multiple fronts? The financial implications can't be ignored either. Their Netflix deal has ended, Spotify walked away, and new partnerships seem increasingly elusive. Comedy mockery might seem trivial, but in the image-obsessed world of celebrity endorsements, being a joke is bad for business. Every laugh at their expense potentially costs millions in lost opportunities. Harry's reported counterstrike couldn't come at a worse time. The entertainment industry is already questioning their relevance. Another controversy, another headline-grabbing moment might provide temporary attention, but could permanently damage their brand rehabilitation efforts. Sometimes the best response to mockery is dignified silence, but dignity seems in short supply in Montecito these days. What's particularly telling is who's not defending them. The A-list friends who once championed their cause have gone quiet. The progressive celebrities who welcomed them to California are notably absent from recent controversies. When comedy shows mock you and nobody pushes back, it signals a shift in social capital that's hard to reverse. The streaming numbers tell their own story. Meghan's lifestyle show might have premiered on Netflix, but the reviews were brutal. brutal. Audience scores hovering around 10% suggest the public appetite for Sussex content has dramatically shifted. From must-see to mock-worthy in just a few years. That's a fall even royal training couldn't prepare them for. Behind the statistics and strategies lies a human story of two people watching their carefully crafted image crumble. Every joke, every meme, every parody chips away at the narrative they've spent millions trying to control. The privacy-seeking couple who wouldn't stop talking, the humanitarian duchess selling jam, the rebel prince who can't stop looking back. Sources describe Harry as increasingly isolated, even within his own home. While Meghan films content and builds her brand, Harry broods over perceived slights and planned responses. The dynamic has shifted from partners in rebellion to individuals pursuing separate salvations. Unity in public, division in private. The oldest Hollywood story retold with royal actors. The latest staff departures hint at deeper dysfunction. Professional communicators walking away from high-profile clients suggest problems beyond difficult personalities. When your own team can't stay on message because the message keeps changing. When paranoia replaces strategy. When emotion overrides logic. Collapse becomes inevitable. What Harry doesn't seem to understand is that fighting comedy with fury never works. The more seriously you take the jokes, the funnier they become. His reported plans for an emotional counterattack might satisfy his wounded pride, but they'll likely provide more material for the comedy writers he's trying to silence. It's a battle you win by not fighting. The California dream has become a nightmare of their own making. Every decision that seemed right at the time now looks like another step toward irrelevance. The book that was supposed to set the record straight became ammunition for their critics. The documentaries meant to humanize them highlighted their contradictions. The interviews designed to generate sympathy produced eye rolls. Insiders paint a picture of Harry increasingly desperate to reclaim his narrative. But narratives aren't reclaimed through force or fury. They're rebuilt through consistent action, genuine growth, and the kind of authenticity that can't be scripted. Harry's reported plans suggest he's choosing confrontation over contemplation, reaction over reflection. The timing couldn't be worse. With Meghan show struggling and their media deals drying up, another controversy could be fatal to their remaining prospects. Hollywood loves a comeback story, but only if you acknowledge the fall. Harry's reported stance suggests he's still fighting battles everyone else considers over. Meanwhile, the palace continues its strategic silence. Every unanswered call, every ignored letter reinforces the message that Harry chose this path alone. The institution he rejected won't save him from its consequences. Royal insiders suggest this isn't cruelty, but clarity. Some bridges once burned can't be rebuilt with emotional appeals. The saddest part might be how predictable this all feels. The rebellious royal who couldn't handle life outside the palace walls. The actress who thought she could revolutionize an ancient institution. Two people who had every advantage except the wisdom to use them wisely. Their story becomes a cautionary tale about the price of principle when principle becomes pride. What happens next depends entirely on Harry's next move. Will he launch the nuclear option insiders fear, or will anyone talk him back from the edge? The smart money says emotion will override strategy, that pride will beat prudence, because that's been the pattern since they left London for LA. The world watches not with sympathy but curiosity. How far will he go? How much more can their brand take? When does fighting back become self-destruction? These questions hang over Montecito like morning fog, obscuring clear vision when clarity is desperately needed. In the end, Harry faces a choice that will define his post-royal existence. Accept the mockery as the price of his choices and focus on building something new, or rage against the comedy machine and risk losing what little credibility remains. History suggests pride will win, but sometimes, just sometimes, people surprise us. The prince who once made the world laugh with him now watches it laugh at him. The difference between those positions is dignity, and dignity, once lost in public, is almost impossible to reclaim through force. Harry's reported plans suggest he hasn't learned this lesson, which means the comedy writers will have material for years to come. As we watch this drama unfold, one thing becomes crystal clear. The fairy tale is over. What remains is a very human story of pride, fall, and the desperate scramble to avoid accepting either. Harry's next move won't just determine his future, it'll define whether he's capable of growth or doomed to repeat the same mistakes with increasing desperation. The Sussex story started with such promise. Love conquering tradition, freedom trumping duty, two people choosing happiness over history. But somewhere between London and LA, between principle and practice, the narrative shifted. Now we watch not a love story, but a cautionary tale about the price of getting everything you thought you wanted. Will Harry's reported counterattack change anything? History suggests no. Comedy evolved from court jesters mocking kings. It survived every attempt to silence it through fury or force. The more you fight it, the stronger it grows. The only winning move is not to play. But Harry seems incapable of walking walking away from any fight, real or imagined. The real tragedy isn't the mockery, it's the missed opportunity. Harry and Meghan had the chance to build something genuinely new. Instead, they've become stuck in endless cycles of action and reaction, statement and rebuttal. The future they sought has been sacrificed to relitigating the past, and nobody wins that game. As this story continues to unfold, we'll keep bringing you the latest updates and exclusive insights. The drama is far from over, and Harry's next move could change everything. If you found this deep dive valuable, please leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Harry can recover from this, or has the damage become irreversible? And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because this story is just getting started. The prince who wanted privacy became the most public of figures. The actress who sought authenticity became a lifestyle brand. Together, they've created a spectacle that feeds the very machine they claim to hate. And until they realize they're the authors of their own mockery, the comedy will continue. Because in the end, the joke isn't on them, they are the joke. And that's the cruelest punchline of all.